Hi, I'm Cynthia.
And I'm Chris.
And we're the Hanye family.
All right. We're going to do a review today. When I was online earlier on Facebook, I noticed that somebody had mentioned that it was Prince's birthday. So I decided, and I let them know, that I was going to do a review. So we're doing a review on one of Prince's songs. The song is called Controversy. It's off his 1981 album, also named Controversy. Prince was born on June 7th, 1958 in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And he died on April 21st, 2016, also in Minnesota, at Paisley Park, of fentanyl overdose, which is ridiculous.
Quite sad.
He was a great artist and clearly my favorite artist of all time. I even have a plate with his face on it.
Yeah, it's great. My daughter got it for him.
So nice. Controversy, again, was made in 1981. He was just coming up at that point. He was, I believe, just before that, he had toured with the Rolling Stones for a couple of shows. And when he went on stage with the Rolling Stones fans, they didn't like what they saw.
Well, they didn't get it, I don't think.
No. They were throwing stuff at him, calling him all kinds of names, mostly about him being feminine. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rolling Stones fans, but, I mean, Mick liked him. That's why he was there.
Yeah, of course Mick Jagger liked him.
So, you know. Anyway, back to the song. Now, I really loved this song when I was growing up because it said all kinds of interesting stuff. It had lots of controversial things, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, he presses on a few things like, am I black or white? Am I straight or gay?
Yeah. Because, I mean, honestly, he's a light-skinned man.
Yeah.
And
of course, the way he
likes
was,
to dress. And
you know, deliberately androgynous.
Exactly.
So when we're talking about the music, it's got a great driving beat. It's really meant to send the message. It's got a bit of rock in it, a bit of new wave, a bit of punk, just in that, you know, driving way. I was surprised that the guitar wasn't so prominent in it because he's a guitarist, and I always knew him as a guitarist. But it's, you know, I didn't notice it when I was a kid, but as an adult, you listen to these things, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed that the guitar was not missing, but it was just kind of in the background, just there. A couple of little flares here and there, but he just kind of kept it straight. You know, he's sending a message. That's all he was into.
Yeah.
You know? Now, at the time, he was, you know, doing kind of a solo thing because he was signed just as Prince. The thing is, I mean, the Warner was aware that he played almost every instrument that he used.
Yeah. He also did a lot of his own backup vocals.
He did all his own vocals, so, you know, they let him just do what he wanted in the studio. He'd bring an engineer in, have them help him set it up, make sure they're just in the booth while he's performing, and he would almost do everything, including editing, everything like that.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be there for the whole thing, and he was like that throughout his career, but especially at the beginning because he wanted to control everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, so the musical act that was in the background when you see the performances, like for the videos and for talk shows and stuff like that, he would, you know, lip sync to these performances because he was playing all the instruments and he wanted to keep it pure. So the band is fake, I guess.
I wouldn't say fake.
Not fake. They played at the live shows.
Yeah, exactly.
But they were just kind of, you know, a backdrop. I mean, they had some good guys in there. Right? Andre Simone was in the band.
Yep.
And they had Des Dickerson. They had, you know, there's some really great guys. I think Bobby Z was on the drums at the time.
Maybe, yeah.
I think so. Yeah. And there was some girl. I'm sorry, I can't remember the girl's name. But they were a pretty good group.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they could play, but, you know, Prince, he had that control, so, you know, that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, in the middle of the song, the beat is the only thing that's left. And then they start saying the Lord's Prayer, a whole bunch of them. I'm like, wow, a whole bunch of Prince. You know how that was. So that was pretty controversial. probably still would be a little bit, and people were paying attention. Great song, though. I mean, I grew up loving it, and it spoke to me in a certain way. It allowed me to understand that, open-mindedness about a lot of things is more important than all this other crap that we do.
He was never one for putting himself in a box, musically or otherwise.
No,
that's
why. That's always
what
why
it was about, I think.
Yeah, that's why I liked him, because it was, it was freedom.
Yeah.
And the way I was growing up, I didn't see much of that. There was always somebody pointing fingers and judging and stuff like that. So Prince for me was amazing. Like, he was freedom.
Mm-hmm.
He was freedom from everything. And at a time I was 12 years old when I saw him, so he was also sexuality.
Yeah.
So he, everything that when I'm coming of age, in pops this guy who's just oozing sex. I was hooked, of course.
Yeah, because you're like, wow, what's that? You know what I mean?
For sure. So, yeah. So, I mean, and I love how he ends the bridge with, "Do you want to play?"
Oh,
yeah. Which is so interesting. I mean, he always got your attention. He always got you back into, you want to be this way. We all want to be this way. Come on, Anyway.
He is a great artist, and doing a review of one of his songs is a great way to honor that.
Yes. Well, I certainly loved his work. He was a great person. Probably a little conceited, but he was really good, though. So
he was extremely good. It's just obviously a lot of artists that are that good, they have a big ego as well. It's just what happens.
Yeah. Well, no, I've noticed that about artists like that. They, like Prince, Madonna.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been watching.
Who was it?
I've been watching the guy from The Darkness, Justin Hawkins.
Of course, Justin Hawkins. Yeah.
He's a very friendly guy. He's a good guy. You can see he's a good guy, but
he's a really good artist. But
he knows he's a good artist. He knows he's great at it. And Prince was the same. He just knew he was good at it. And I noticed that a lot about the modern, about any artists who live for that craft.
Yeah.
A lot of times they can be kind of cocky about it.
Well, I mean, you get a big ego sometimes in that kind of situation, especially when you start to get famous.
Especially when people start telling you how great you are. When you already kind of know that you're good at this, and then people start saying, "Hey, you're amazing."
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, I just thought I'd do that for Prince for today, because happy birthday, Prince.
Yes, happy birthday.
Wherever you are. And, well, that's it then.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and leave us some comments for Friday's Trip Up the DJ. I'm waiting on those.
All right.
Later.